Hey people, Indrid here, 3v3, Typhon Maya, blue team. Have M as an Apothecary support hero fighting in melee combat by default. Begins with a heal, a passive health regeneration aura. Black Templar's elite scheme here. Alongside them, Part of Memory is a force commander. Very strong offense, fighting in melee combat, can also tank, disrupt and support the Ultramarines DLC. Rounding off this team is PickPacker as a Lord Commissar. Strong offense and support, fighting in melee combat. Begins with a refractive shield, can shoot his own fellas in the head. Red team, you have Termy as another Lord Commissar. Alongside them, AngryMetalGuy as a Techmarine. Starts off in ranged combat, can support with structures and repair. This is the Blood Ravens. And rounding off the teams, SchmusOperator as a Mekboy, a teleporting hero fighting in ranged combat with a bunch of Orky gadgets. They are on the south lane here against one of those Lord Commissars, PickPacker. This resource lane with a contested power point and natural power points too. Up towards the north, we see this central contested victory point. Apothecary taking some bolter-fire and some lasgun fire and runs away. Heals himself and runs away. Force Commander now weighing in. A little bit late to help out the Apothecary and doesn't like the look of all of the Daka coming into his face, so also runs away. Red team retain the mid and may be able to push through and touch the central power here. Well, it's northeast, I suppose, not really central. Sentinel bursts forward to get a stomp, risking some damage, but it works out okay. Now they've backed up to get some repairs. Red team not committing super hard. I mean, there's tactical marines in their way, they can't just go rushing through. Here comes the Lord Commissar, not sure what he was up to. Capping stuff, I guess. But now gets in there with some melee, which helps them break up the back line. And they are close, they're in touching distance of the power now. Apothecary's back on the field. Lord Commissar gets a good special attack there, knocking those tactical marines around. And that is a, customized Stormbolter was on the way there for the Apothecary, but it got cancelled. Maybe because they were in melee. They haven't started it again though. Force Commander's also back on the field. And Devastator's in play for Part of Memory. A good Sentinel stomp again. Some good stomps early on for Termy. They couldn't get to the power, but they've done well so far. Now they're backing off, meeting resistance. These guys staying in play too long though for AngryMetalGuy. Might drop a Marine here. Didn't pull them back with the rest. Truck and bolts going in, and he did drop a model at the end there. That was avoidable. Techmarine coming back onto the field with a master-crafted bolt gun. Can use high-powered shot to deliver a big burst of damage and suppress a unit. Apothecary does indeed have the customized Stormbolt. He can hang back and kind of support from the back lines now. Makes him much more survivable, not having to get close to attack. And full auto's pretty awesome too. Assault squad on the way for Part of Memory. Scouts busy repairing the Sentinel, but that is a lot of firepower on the Sentinel now. Tactical Marines popping their Kraken bolts, which gives them 20% more damage versus heavy infantry, which is the armor type that the Sentinel has. So if you get multiple Tactical Marines focusing down that thing with Kraken bolts active, it can go down pretty quickly. Apothecary runs, Scouts run, and Tactical Marines run, and those Scouts drop 2 models. There's high-powered shot, taking out a Devastator model, gets them to flee. Lord Commissar was on them as well. Surely we're going to see a power sword from Termy, but they are spending their power elsewhere so far, with Catachan Devils on the field right here. This is one of the Cadian elite schemes, so they don't have their bandanas, which is the source of all their powers, I thought, but apparently not. Artillery spotters on the field, and now a heavy weapon squad. Maybe they will forego the power sword and go for a heavy melee weapon in tier 2 with the Xenos Power Claw, but we'll see. Assault squad of Part of Memory starting to bully the Catachans there. They are threatened by Catachans typically because those guys have power melee, but these Assault Marines did well there. But here's some red team Assault Marines from AngryMetalGuy jumping in, maybe hastily, right into the path of Heavy Bolter and a bunch of backup. Yet more Assault Marines, these guys from M. What's going on though in the south? The Guard have pushed through onto the natural power. I see a power sword, and I see Aura of Discipline for PickPacker, and I see double Catachan Devils. What's been going on down here? SchmusOperator with looters on the field. A Death Gun, operating much like those Devastators you saw earlier with a limited firing arc and huge damage potential at close range against infantry and also suppression. Double Catachans though, that's tricksy. Can they get the Mekboy down? He's got a big shooter. Yep, they got him down with a grenade launcher barrage thing. Blue team take the mid. Can they stabilize? I mean, they have a great setup to stabilize with an Apothecary and a Force Commander. Heavy Bolter doing its thing. Catachans flee. They do have Assault Squad and Catachans and Spotters all to disrupt those Devastators. There you see the Spotters dropping their smoke shell in. The Assault Squad jumping in now. They should be able to get rid of these guys yet. There's the retreat. And it takes damage so quickly when they're caught in retreat like that. They only have that 20% damage, melee damage resistance, not the full 40 like most other Marine squads have. Mekboy still down in the south. Looks like Termy is on their way to try to get the revive maybe. Catachans pressuring. Looters off the field. SchmusOperator goes tier 2. In fact, everyone is tier 2 or going, aside from PickPacker, who's also got some spotters up now. Here's the assist then from Termy, but it's only the Lord Commissar, and they are persuaded quickly to leave. Orks getting messed up here. Struggling to approach when there's double Catachans standing in your way. They can both shotgun blast and they can both grenade barrage, and you've got a disruptive Lord Commissar with lead by example as well. Hard to approach that, especially without your Mekboy. Looters trying to set up, and they go down. No, they don't. One of them survives. Here's some Tactical Marine and Shooter Boy support. Oh, the Techmarine himself is here with that dangerous Mastercrafted Bolter, and Signum armors in for Mark Target. More health and more range damage, and the Mark Target ability, which is awesome. There's a revive, level 2 Techmarine now. Back to the north. Contested VP turning red with improvised explosive down and a multi-laser turret down. M with a Razorback on the way. Any war gear for the Mr. Force Commander? We have a teleporter pack. Anything else we can spot? Nothing new. Mekboy is stealing the southern contested power point there. Here comes the M. And part of memory to have a look at the south a bit. Just kind of bearing south to make Schmooze think again about sticking around, and they have backed off. Players starting to think about their positions now. Where they should attack, where they should defend. Might be waiting for tier 2 units to hit the field and come to the front. Scouts got too close on a high-powered shot, took out a model. That was a waste of a heal there by the Apothecary. They weren't technically missing any health, they were just missing a model, and they got healed there. Thunderhammer Force Commander I spot for part of memory. Can teleport in and disrupt infantry now. Might be worth him hanging back though at the start and counter-initiating the Assault Squad jump. Meanwhile, kicking off in the south. Jumping in are part of memory's Assault Squad. Hit by a Weird Boy shot. May need to run soon. But they just got a heal from Aura of Discipline, I think, so they seem okay-ish. Apothecary is not here to help them, though. Force Commander's taken a bunch of damage already. Yeah, Assault Squad getting some nice heals from Aura of Discipline. They should stay near that guy if they can. Oh, they've retreated. They saw a whole bunch of angry Orks, and they retreated. That's Mark Target on the Force Commander who runs. Nice little flank here from AngryMetalGuy, who's got some Devastators on the way. They've got some Sternguard veterans somewhere too. Oh, they're right here. And they're running. So is the Techmarine running. They didn't want to mess with the Catachans, I suppose. Plasma devs are in the mid. Sentinel's still there. Sentinel does have a missile launcher in the mid too. Lots of pressure on the power, but have they actually hit it often? I'm not sure if they have. Foot of Gork. Big crunch. Really bad news. Those Catechins need to try and stay separated if they can. Don't want both of them getting hit by that Foot of Gork. That is from the Weird Boy, of course. Warp Head. 334 to 432. Spotters have been forgotten about. And they wipe. Those were PickPacker's spotters. Got some Ogrins up. They're going to love that Aura of Discipline heal as well. Razorback hits the front. Again, and it eats a las cannon and a crack missile and a plasma cannon shot and goes down. Razorback has fallen. And that was a great boon to the blue team. They could reinforce off that while it was up. The Assault Squad of AngryMetalGuy getting a bit low and they retreat. There's a jump, an aggressive jump by Part of Memory. Not really any support for these guys. Might have got some good intel out of it though. And encourage some friendly fire there. Those guys have their sergeant. Here's the Force Commander. Bit isolated. Guards would have plasma guns now, by the way, so they're effective against the heavily armored Marines with heavy infantry armor, and down goes the Force Commander. Techmarine halfway through level 2, back to the south. Contested VP is red. Sorry, contested power is red. I'm not sure if they've loaded that and it's gone down or it's just been naked. Sluggers with burners and Knob Leader getting shredded by shotguns. Ogrins weren't even running into melee there. They were just shooting the Ripper guns, I think. Have their Bonehead Leader in, which gives them Use Your Red, which is some really nice disruption. Where's the high-powered shot? There it is. It took a while. I mean, it is generally a good idea to wait for a melee squad to commit itself, I think, before you use a suppression ability, because it tends to get them in more trouble. But in that instance, the Techmarine is kind of isolated, so I thought they would use it sooner rather than later. Plasma cannon. So, I mean, sure did hit some Catechins, but they're a tough lot, and they decided to just get back up again. Tier 3s, AngryMetalGuy, or all of the red team in Tier 3 or going Tier 3. Can they get a tech advantage going? I mean, it's one thing going Tier 3, but can you get a unit on the field? 255 to 432. Drop pod delivering some tactical marines for M. Typically, of course, the Apothecary is suited to a infantry heavy roster, especially with advanced healing and stuff. They don't have that at the moment. A Sentinel goes down. It did well, but it's gone down. It was very unlikely that it was going to survive into Tier 3. I guess it survived into Red Team's Tier 3, and it was Red Team's Sentinel. Force Commander levels 2. He's got Artificer armor now, so he's tougher, and goes for the decap on the VP. I don't think they can stop the decap. Assault Squad getting into melee. They get counter jump though, and those are Vanguard veterans. Those fellas have power weapons, and there's marked target. That's going to be a huge amount of damage very quickly. Can they jump after him here? They do not. Misplay, I think. I think they could have finished him if they jumped after him. Swapping the Thunderhammer for a Power Fist here for some more anti-vehicle damage. Ogrins helped out by the Catechin's disruption there. They can run down the south side with some help from M. Stone Guard veterans coming in. Vanguard veterans looking for the Whirlwind maybe, but they decide to go after some scouts. 249 to 372. That is M's Whirlwind. Potentially amazing in the mid with all the disruption, but we'll see if he can hit its shots and stay alive. There we go. Hit the Vanguard veterans quite well there. 2-to-1 cap for the blue team. Flash kits on the way for SchmusOperator. I think they just had Knob Squad on the way, but cancelled it. Some Tier 3s for Part of Memory and PickPacker. M gets a late Scout Squad up to help repair their vehicle, I suppose. Ogrins get marked targeted, but they're staying in play for now. Running at some shooter boys. Lord Commissar, meanwhile, ties up the Techmarine, which is important because that Mastercrafted bolter is painful. 2-to-1 for red. Doesn't have the red for Terminator's Part of Memory, so we're not going to see those fellas for a while. I wonder what their thinking is. I suppose the mid is okay for a tank. It's open-ish. I think you could do relatively well with it. As always, you've got to be careful with them in a 3v3. Orks Commander doesn't care about plasma cannon shots. Must have had battle cry active there, wasn't knocked over. And then runs. Or maybe just the end of an animation was playing. Lord Commissar goes down. Was trying to get a decap. Back to this southwestern power definitely being hit now. They've taken it down. All the gens at least. The node is still up. And then a big old retreat. Flash kits with blasters on the field for SchmusOperator. These blasters do area of effect psychic damage. Very effective against heavy and super heavy infantry armor. Very ineffective against vehicles. Stern Guard using And They Shall Know No Fear. Defensive bonus and a chance to knock back on melee attacks. Also gives them... breaks their suppression, I think. Heavy weapon squad. Set up in a poor direction there, fellas. Oh, can they get the Vanguard veterans down? 13 hit points, 10, 8, 9. They make it out. They do not make it out. Flash kits were hanging out. And got it done. And they're being supported by a weird boy right now. Whirlwind couldn't hit them though. And here's the Vanguard veterans of AngryMetalGuy mixing it up. Supported by a Techmarine, las cannon coming forward, so are plasma devs. A push by SchmusOperator, but they get cut off here by PickPacker. There's Inspire Terror, I think. Yep, with the flak jacket. Used it to execute a shooter boy, I think. You'd expect them to target the flash kits. Maybe they did. And I just didn't see that properly. Termy has a Stormlord on the field. 231 to 306. PickPacker with a Lehman Russ on the way. SchmusOperator. Oh, they used it on the weird boy. Probably. PickPacker. Because there's another weird boy on the way now. So that might have been what happened there. Here's your Stormlord then. Vulcan Mega Bolter on the front. That's what it does. Lots of noise, lots of damage. Very bad news for enemy infantry. Also allows you to reinforce off it, which is a big deal. Look at the damage to the Apothecary. Holy crap, that was nasty. The Whirlwind should have a Hunter Killer missile, which you can fire at the Stormlord. Not sure if it already has. The plasma cannon there, there's a las cannon there. They do have some anti-vehicle, and here comes a Lehman Russ. And they go Vanquisher. Which makes it into a very powerful tank hunter. Boom. There's the Hunter Killer. Bit of damage. Cult of Speed. Cult of Speed activated by the Mekboy. Improving the speed of the Stormlord and lowering the cooldown of its weapons. It's a nice buff to have when you're a Stormlord, eh? That applies to all of the red team's vehicles momentarily. I think it's like 10 seconds or so. Land Raider Redeemer on the way for part of memory. They've been saving up for that for a while. And there's tier 3 for M. All players now in tier 3. As of now. Vanguard veterans reinforcing off the Stormlord. They don't technically have a sergeant any longer when they are Vanguard veterans. They're just a full model squad now. Oh, they got the Whirlwind down. Mid VP uncapped. 231, 265. Bullgrins on the field now for PickPacker. Get some big old shields and some power mauls. I think that's what they call them. Power mauls. Sounds right. Vanguard veterans jumping in. Some pressure on a Lehman Russ. Oh, there's a beamy death gun back there. Getting some beamy action. What about the Mekboy? No son of a different weapon for that fella. 231 to 265 on the VPs. Mekboy is busy repairing the Stormlord. And that's also a repair bunker, I believe. And these guardsmen are repairing it. Got a lot of support going on. Of course, Commander's a bit isolated. Uncapped mid VP. And there is the Land Raider Redeemer. Powerful support, super heavy vehicle for the Space Marines. Can reinforce and heal nearby allies, as well as acting as a retreat point, which is a massive deal. It means you can be very blasé with your units, send them into huge amounts of trouble knowing that you can retreat them not very far to reinforce. It can be nuke bait though as well. A bunch of stuff retreats back to it. You can time a nuke where it's basically unavoidable as the units retreat into the nuke kind of thing and just stand there. Drop pod and a venerable dreadnought for AngryMetalGuy, unique to Techmarine. Very, very angry dreadnought. Can charge around and has 1750 hit points at level 1. Huge amount. You can get this thing Dark Age of Technology 2 to give it plus 300. Which we don't see yet. Maybe they're waited to see if it gets some levels and stuff. At the moment, its target is the assault squad, which get marked targeted. Full auto though shuts down the Techmarine and he dies. Huge amounts of damage on that assault squad. They had Stone Guard veterans shooting at them, although they're using the wrong damage type. I think because they were shooting at the generators. They had vengeance rounds loaded in, which are good versus vehicles and buildings. Should have been using Kraken bolts against those assault marines. Stormlord is nice and healthy, but here comes some Bullgrins and a Lehman Russ to do something about that health. They had one look at the venerable dreadnought and backed off though, which is smart because that thing can go in melee for sure. Land Raider hanging out right next to a Manticore. This is PickPackers, of course. Termy also has one. All that stuff supported by the repair bunker over there. Can anyone cap the mid is the question. Force Commander Knight to run soon. Patterson's been all sneaky like. Some mines were dropped up there. The south is all quiet for now. Everyone is mid. Look at the amount of red that SchmusOperator has. Might see a Rocks if they take a run at the Land Raider. There's a foot of Gork. Crunch. It does plasma cannon damage, I think, so it did take a chunk of that Land Raider there. Vanguard veterans getting in. There's Merciless Strike. They can't stay there for too long though. There's a Rocks waiting for 2 vehicles to line up. The Land Raider's going to go down, I think. The Land Raider does go down. Manticore survives. Venerable Dreadnought charges out and I think makes it. Looks like Blessing of the Omnissiah is active to repair all of the red team's vehicles, and Assault Terminators hit the field for part of memory. Unique to the Force Commander, but that is marked target on them, and they got plasma guns on them too. And if that Stormlord can get far enough away to shoot them, that's going to be huge amounts of damage. Looks like they are not going to drop a model though. They are tough lads, those Assault Terminators. Found hammers and storm shields. SchmusOperator looking a little bit depleted here with 4 units compared to everyone else. Weird Boy went down again. Maybe we'll see a Knob squad soon. Oh, what was this? Something tried to decap, I think. Or the Commissar, was he down there for ages? Mines dropped in. Having a run at the Stormlord again. Lehman Russ and a Las Cannon Predator and Cyclone Missile Launcher Terminators. It does have some repair support, but not a huge amount. Rocket Run chucked in there now. From PickPacker. Almost takes out the bunker. Look at that. Cyclone almost got the Stormlord. It's trying to move, but there's a log jam of infantry here. It can't move. Sluggers are repairing, and the bunker is still technically repairing it, since it's still standing just. SchmusOperator loses another unit in that, and the Mekboy is down as well. Was probably trying to repair earlier on. Scouts getting vision and being all sneaky, chucking grenades at Manticores. Oh, they're trying to finish off the bunker, and it does it. Sneaky, sneaky fellas. No more area of effect repairs over there then. Antigo strike. Stormlord backs off. I can't believe this thing is still alive. Got rid of a couple of Devastator squads. Blue team have the mid now. Bullgrins are short 2 models. They are not leaving though. Commandos on the way for SchmusOperator. They haven't gone for the Nob squad. Venerable Dreadnought. Are you being repaired somewhere? Yeah, back at base. Blue team looking quite strong now. Got some Terminator. 2 squads of Terminators up. Those Bullgrins are Lehman Russ. I mean, the Commissar being down is a big downside. Being short a hero is a big deal, but I suppose the Mekboy is also down right now. Well, they're not for long. Melter Gun Techmarine getting them back to their feet, and Orbs of the Omnissiah is in. 208 to 198 on the VPs. Blue team see no need to push. Bullgrins are not even backing off to reinforce. Catachan's watching the VP. Librarian on the field for Part of Memory. A great choice when you have Assault Terminators because you can get them out of trouble. Drop pod back there too. Might have used it to just reinforce stuff at some point. Lehman Russ killing Orks. Is this thing leveled? It is. It's a level 4 Lehman Russ. Bloody hell. Doing a lot of damage, that thing. Emperor's Wrath. Ouch. From Termy there. Who's got Fist of Brockus and Bionic Eye as well. This guy's ready to roll. He's also ready to get shot quite a lot and run away. But don't tell him I said that. Lord Commissar's not the most patient fella, I think. Stormlord on the front line getting repairs. There's another bunker. Yep, another repair bunker's up. Commandos are in. Very versatile unit. Got some anti-vehicle with the Nob Leader's rocket launcher. Disruption. Area denial. And they fast cap. Decent general DPS as well to infantry. Scouts under infiltration going for a decap. And looks like they're going to get it. There it is. Could not finish the cap, but they weren't expected to. That was a Emperor's Wrath coming in. That would have killed him outright, I think. PickPacker already also has it. Then they got a power sword and that flak jacket as well. Kicking off. Librarian gets marked target and almost dies to get that force barrier off, but somehow they made it out. Everyone making some moves. Bullgrin's going in with only 2 models, using Use Yes Shield to suppress everything around them. Getting some vision from Manticore Strike. Is it? No. Was that a Basilisk Flare then? Manticore Strike in the mid. Oh, some good hits on that Lehman Russ, you know. Force barrier for the Mekboy. Tosses the Lord Commissar around a bit. And then goes and tries to get some stabbing revenge. Mekboy runs. Flash gets also ran. They must have used Inspire Courage already, but I'm not sure. I need to see what it was on. Blue team still have the mid. Venerable Dreadnought making a run. Gets a special attack immediately. Apothecaries goes down. That was a sloppy place to be for M. Not sure what they were trying to do over there. Part of Memory has also died. I don't know what they were doing either. I was going to say maybe they had a Power Fist and they were trying to kill a vehicle, but they still have their Thunderhammer there. Assault Terminator is being smacked by the Venerable Dreadnought. Where is the Techmarine though? They are too far away to use Mark Target. Those Terminators are getting wrecked. Don't think they're going to get away. They do not get away. Where was the Gate of Infinity? Well, the Librarian just died as well, so maybe they were too close. Some good work from that Venerable. And they do have Arcade upgrade, level 3. And they're able to charge out. Got Melter Bombed, but if they keep moving, they should be okay. Looks like Blessing of the Omnissiah is active. Venerable needs to move away, I think. Four spawners back to their feet. Maybe it was a revive from the Apothecary. Larimer's Blessing, maybe. Got them both back. Apothecary is level 4. No other war gear on that guy, interestingly. Stormlord just pumping out damage. It's amazing that thing's still alive. There's 2 Vanquish Leman Russes. Red team starting to edge their way back into this game. Winning the attrition battle. And the Stormlords had a lot to do with it. Don't know. I wonder how much damage it's done. It must have done thousands of DPS. Well, thousands of damage, I should say. Level 3 las cannon devs are in a strange spot here. Rocks trying to take out the bunker. I don't think the bunker's been upgraded, but down it goes. Didn't seem like those things were getting repaired by it, and I didn't see any medical bunker symbols either. 208 to 87. Blue team with a decent VP lead here. Red team with the army advantage, I think. PickPacker with a Baneblade though. Can they go after the Stormlord with a Baneblade and double Leman Russes? I mean, it should be pretty damn effective. Where are the Bullgrins? They're still not reinforcing these fellas. Not sure why. They have the population headroom to do it. Cyclone missile launcher. Not bad hits. Leman Russ there for Termy too. Whirlwind back there. Sternguard back there. PickPacker trying to go in alone. And might lose a Leman Russ. I mean, it's a low Leman Russ on the VP there, but there's not a lot of anti-vehicle pointing at it at the moment. Double flash gets coming in. And the Mega Rumbler coming in. Strange approach from the Baneblade, the way it came through. One Leman Russ down. Commando's getting shots on the Baneblade. The Stormlord still stands. I think it's actually well worth that Force Commander getting a Power Fist, you know. Teleporting in and doing Flash over Steel and getting some rearm hits and stuff. I think that's worth 50 power, but they may be feeling light on the field because they lost those Terminators and they want to get more units in. The other Leman Russ falls of PickPacker. But can Red Team get the VP? That's the vital thing. 208, 82. Maybe they could put some pressure here. There's no longer Catechins hanging out here. Maybe the Mekboy can get on that. Maybe they have and I just missed it. But I think they need to do that. Down to 72 VPs. Leman Russ goes down. That was Termy's. What are you guys getting repaired by? Oh, there's some guardsmen here. Techmarine gets revived, I think, by Termy, who's level 5 now. Demolisher Cannon strike by the Baneblade. Some good disruption there from the Whirlwind, which is quite low. Cyclone missile launcher barrage. Some decent hits. But you want to do it from a bit closer if you can, so it doesn't fan out as much. Land Ready Redeemer, number 2 for Part of Memory on the way. PickPacker's got another Manticore on the way. Rocks. Not sure what that Rocks was aiming at. Was there something there? Oh, they're trying to get the Whirlwind maybe. Maybe the Whirlwind and the Baneblade were close enough together they were trying to hit both of them. Beamy Death Gun Mekboy now, level 6. Needs to run. That was the Basilisk Flare shutting down the range of the Mekboy. Lascan getting some free shots on the Stormlord, and these guys are forever Cyclone Missile launching. The cooldown on that seems way too low, I think. It's incredibly powerful. Another Manticore on the way for PickPacker. Venerable Dreadnought. Is it being marched into death here? Because that thing's so low. Are they looking to free up some pop? Charges into death. Activating Stoicism. And then he goes down. Just a distraction to try and get the Whirlwind down, maybe. That was marked target on the Apothecary, though. Here comes the Force Commander to have a word. Red team able to push them off. Able to get the VPs. Now the 2-to-1 is for them. And I think they should push directly onto this VP right now. Where's the Mekboy? Yeah, they should be going for that with their teleporting. Try and get a decap. But they're trying to stabilize the mid. I mean, you can see why. They're down to 47 VPs. And having the Mekboy here makes the Baneblade think again about pushing through. So that beamy death gun. Spotters on the field of PickPacker. Perhaps a shrewd tier 3 purchase. We shall see. Can drop some smoke and stuff. Red team have it. 2-to-1. Level 7 Techmarine. Level 5 Lord Commissar. Level 6 Mekboy. Manticore doing Manticore things. Got rid of the las cannon, which might open up a push. There's a Land Raider. Has everyone set it as a retreat point though? Because you do have to manually set it. I think it might be auto for the player that owns the Land Raider. But the other players definitely need to go to the Land Raider and set it as a retreat point. Bullgrin's running in. Use your shield suppressing stuff. Flashkits got too close there. They were outside of the use your shield range and they ran into it. Maybe a misclick, but they were trying to target them. Bullgrin is dealt with, but not before all the Flashkits ran. That really hurts their defense because those Flashkits are really punish capping units. Stormlord backing off, sensing a push maybe. Baneblade's going after it, I think now. There's a Cyclone. And a Plasma Cannon shot too. And a Manticore strike. Pain, pain, pain. The bunker's still up. Might have been worth, I wonder if it was worth sending the Terminators in with Power Fist there. I mean, they are moving up, so they might be able to get another Cyclone shot. Baneblade's backing off now. Stormlord survives again. 117 to 47. Blue team are decapping the mid. They got to it quicker than I thought they would. Slugger's running in. But these fellas still alive. It's kind of. The Knob Leader's still alive anyway. Flashkits got hit really hard by a Manticore strike there. That was a good shot by PickPacker. Rocket run. Lord Commissar's down. Where is he? Oh, he's right there. Absolute mayhem in the mid. Nobody's really going for the natural victory points that I've seen anyway. Schmooze now has double commandos. And they just got hit by a Manticore strike. Manticore's doing some work for PickPacker. Really are. Land Raider Redeemer has taken a fair chunk of damage. But I think they did need to be kind of aggressive with it there to push the red team back a bit. Red team are taking the VP again though, with Kadich Devils getting the capping done. They weren't able to finish. Maybe those Terminators can. Force Commander goes down. Not sure what he was up to. Trying to disrupt the setup teams maybe. Terminators are not going for the cap, they're going killing. Now they go for the cap. Kashyyykin hit the field for PickPacker. Part of memory down to just 2 units now. Here come the Bullgrins. And they've been doing great running in on the Orks and suppressing them and getting them to leave. Level 2, almost level 3. Can they kill those looters? They do slightly more DPS, I believe, than Ogrins do. But they have more health and more durability and stuff. They're trying to get a decap, but sluggers are there, they're a big threat. Level 3 sluggers as well. And the Bullgrins run. Apothecary makes it back to the mid, VP. They do have Stone Guard there with fast capping, which is a possibility. Manticore strike. Nope, it was a Basilisk Flare, I guess. That is a Manticore strike, and that is an orbital bombardment too. I don't know why. Oh, I think the Apothecary got shut down by the Basilisk Flare, and they had to run forward to shoot there. It doesn't show the effect of the Basilisk Flare on the water, so I'm always confused. Manticore goes down. Land Raider Redeemer goes down. The Stormlord, though, lives forever. Terminators may have sacrificed themselves to get that vehicle down. And it was only a Manticore, so was it worth it? They do not get away. Part of memory down to a single unit. M has just lost their Terminators. Can the red team see it through, though? Need to plant their feet and shoot those Bullgrins before they hit the Orky lines there. What was that? Oh, artillery spotters being annoying. Land Raider Redeemer on the way now for M. But I think part of memory may have lost too much. Are they just called it Terminators? I think they just called Terminators here. Assault Terminators in for another crack at it. And they teleported. That is so risky. These guys cannot retreat, for those that don't know. They rely on their teleport to get away. And they just got mark targeted. Flash kits need to turn and shoot them, surely. Nope, they got destroyed by Emperor's Wrath. One flash kit got away. Assault Terminators. I mean, they create space for the cat, but will they make it out of here? I don't think they will. Full Spawn is trying to help them out, but sluggers are on them. And sluggers fully upgraded and leveled up will do surprising amounts of damage to Terminators. There's a Rocks, and those are dead Terminators there. And they didn't even get the cap off it. Desperate move by a part of memory, didn't quite pay off. They were hoping they would get the cap off it and then just be able to stabilize somehow afterwards. Orbital bombardment thrown in by AngryMetalGuy, I guess. The scout squad tries to get the VP now. 72 to 47. Whirlwind clinging to 1 hit point for M. Grenades? Level 1 Devastator shrugged off that grenade. Didn't even kill a model. Shotgun! A shotgun destroys the Whirlwind. Emperor's Wrath almost wipes the devs. And on the VP is the Lord Commissar. Here come commandos with fast capping, but it's technically the Lord Commissar is capping, so they're not going to get the fast cap. AngryMetalGuy asking for res, and they are indeed up, so I guess the Mekboy did it. 72 to 47. Blue team now grabbing the VP back with a Land Raider Redeemer here. M also has a Predator up. Part of memory hasn't given up. Assault squad hits the field, turning into Vanguard veterans. Scouts on the way now as well to help support this Land Raider maybe, but it's taking so much damage. 2 las cannons getting shots. And Terminator is chasing it with Power Fist. I don't think the Land Raider is going to survive very long. Down it goes. The Stormlord, though, lives. What an amazing Stormlord this has been. Some mines dropped in there by Termy. 72 to 47. Nobody seems to be going for the natural victory points. They're tunnel visioned on this contested VP here. Rocket run. I think that wiped the... yeah, I think that wiped the commandos. That was a really good rocket run. From PickPacker. He's got a Lehman Russ on the way. Where are the Kasrkin? I thought maybe they'd go south and around to the VP because they've got fast capping. But they did not. They're hanging out in the mid. Stormlord is getting low again. They do still have a bunker back here. It's a wrecked bunker, but it's standing. Manticore on the Stormlord. Still going. A Lord Commissar now trying to grab the central VP. 72 to 47. To level 1 Manticore, level 2 and level 2 Manticores. Bullgrins on the Stormlord now, but they are getting suppressed. Heavy bolter in that bunker might have saved it there. And there's Cult of Speed to speed up the Stormlord, which has helped out at least a couple of times. Another Manticore strike. Ah, but it wasn't going for the Stormlord. Probably they didn't have vision of it anymore. Blue team have the VP though. That's a 2-to-1 for blue. Now SchmusOperator looking a bit depleted. They have over 1,000 power on 4 of the players. Almost 1,400 on AngryMetalGuy. There hasn't been much action on the power, has there? It's been such tunnel vision from both teams on the central VP. It's been full on meat grinder for like 20 minutes, it feels like. Maybe even longer. Lehman Russ goes down. I think that was a pretty new Lehman Russ, I think, as well. Where are the Kasrkin? I can't see. Oh, there they are. They've got to go south and try to get a decap. Surely the Bullgrins could do it as well, because they're level 4. If they pop, use your shield while they cap, they get even more damage resist and health regen, I think. GG, they say. 2-to-1 for blue. Looks like that's it. Looks like blue team have done enough. They grinded it out. Or have they? 1-to-1 cap. They have not ground it out yet. I was about to call the winner. And I was about to name the Stormlord as the MVP unit. But we are not done yet, apparently. Red team are not giving up part of memory with another Land Raider. Is that the 4th one? Did part of memory have 2 and M had 1? I think so. I think that's the 4th one. That's mad. Lord Commissar, level 9, gets the cap. 2-to-1 for red. It is not GG yet. Maybe the MVP Stormlord can be on the winning team now. It's possible. Is there any way they can get a decap over here? Looks like... I was going to say Kasrkin are guarding it, but they are not guarding it. Another Lehman Russ on the way for PickPacker. M is floating quite a lot of resources here. They may be waiting for Terminators. Not sure what this Apothecary is doing. They're dying. That was a strange order they were given there. I think that was Stone Guard veterans on the cap, I think. Or was it just Marines? Maybe just Marines. 45-to-1. 1-to-1 cap. Again, no attempt to get onto the natural VP. There are sluggers waiting. But I feel like if PickPacker took the Commissar, the Bullgrins, and the Kasrkin over there, they could at least get a decap, which could make all the difference. And the Mekboy. I don't think I've seen the Mekboy once go after the VP. Maybe they haven't, I just didn't notice. Stormlord in an odd position, facing their own HQs here. And there's a las cannon setting up to hit rear armor. It turns around, opens up against a retreating force commander, I think. More Terminators hit the field for M. They were indeed saving up for them. Sluggers go after them immediately. Stormlord taking a bunch of damage. I don't know why it was in that position. Is it trying to finish something off, maybe? It might go down here. Terminators with Power Fist and a las cannon, and the Stormlord does go down. Rocks thrown at the VP. 18-1. Can the red team do this? Another Manticore for Termy. Apothecary yelling about hand-to-hand combat because there's sluggers over here. Terminators may die. How are these sluggers alive? And they took them out. We lose, says PickPacker. Part of memory says GG. Red team actually take it with one VP remaining. Can you believe it, guys? Insane game. M was a level 9 Apothecary here. At the end, only had a customized Stormbolter. How much of a difference would Armor of the Apothecarian made there? Force Commander level 10 did not get the Power Fist, even though they were fighting many vehicles at many points in the game. Could have made a big difference. Level 9 Lord Commissar right there with the Fist of Brockus. I don't think I noticed None Shall Fall being propped, but it must have been used at some point. Fist of Brockus as well for Termy. I didn't notice them use it either. Emperor's Wrath had some good hits for both of them though. Level 10 Techmarine back at base. Just respawned maybe? No, it looks like they just retreated back there. And a level 10 Mekboy. Absolute madness. One of the longest games on the channel, I believe. Maybe the longest. Thank you all for watching. And I'll see you next time.